Alright, Kung Fu Panda 4, let's talk about it. Within Kung Fu Panda 4, Po must go on a journey to find the chameleon, while also having to find a successor to be the Dragon Warrior. So right off the bat, my problem with this movie was the plot. Not as much so the chameleon part, but mainly the part where he has to give away the status of Dragon Warrior. The first two is like him proving to himself that he is the Dragon Warrior. And then when you write 4 movies like this, you kind of dig yourself into the hole where you run out of ideas, and the easy thing to do is to take it away from him. But I guess I wouldn't be as disappointed by it if the Furious 5 was in this movie, but sadly they're not. So he didn't hand it over to Tigris. That would have been a cool idea, and I think that would have been more wholesome and full circle. But in this movie, we're kind of just stuck with Po and Aquafina's character, called Zen. She's like a fox. You've probably seen her in the trailer. She's a big part of this movie, so we spend a lot of time with Po and her. And their dynamic's not bad in this movie, but it's also not as complete as Po and Tigris's relationship in the first few movies. But I'll get into some of the positives here. Jack Black, as always, the magic of this character's still there. Po's always fun to watch. Dude loves to eat some food, I'll tell you what. Another positive is the music. I feel like DreamWorks always knocks it out of the park with their score, and it brought back some nostalgic vibes from the first few movies, especially the first two. Those are really great. Also, the action sequences were surprisingly good. DreamWorks, they've been knocking out of the park with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. They had some sweet action sequences within that movie. Obviously, Kung Fu Panda is kind of known for its action, and you won't be disappointed if you're looking for that. And you also have something to look forward to if you see this movie, is the old villains kind of pop up in here. Tai Lung has some screen time, which is awesome to see. I will say, when you're watching this movie, I'll just say it, the peacocks in the movie, it's not that big of a spoiler because you kind of know that he's bringing people back from the past, but there's no voice acting out of him, so we don't really feel that he's actually there. And there's a lot of characters from the past, especially the Furious 5 I mentioned, they make a brief, extremely brief appearance in the movie. None of them voice acted as well, so they kind of feel like dead characters. They don't really have a soul to them like they did in the first movie. I like the movies, I enjoy them, but it would have been cool to get some voice acting from all the villains. Sadly, we did not. No Furious 5, gotta give away the Dragon Warrior title. And we don't really have that connection with these characters besides with Po that's been built up over the past movies. Usually, you want to kind of lean into those characters that you've already established. I know their character arcs might be complete, but we have emotional attachment to them, so you want to make use of them. In this movie, we get introduced to a lot of new characters. I will say the animation was great, the color, the style. I get what they were trying to do in the movie. I'm not taking this thing apart, but you just don't really feel any attachment to him, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. At the end of the day, if you want to go eat some popcorn, go watch Jack Black do his thing on the big screen, I'd recommend it. It wasn't a bad movie by any means, but it just wasn't a memorable one like the first two movies definitely were with Tai Lung and the Peacock. The Chameleon's a good bad guy. She's voiced by Viola Davis. I just feel if you're going to have a character that shapeshifts into these old bad guys, that her main form, the chameleon form, is menacing. I think Viola Davis did a good job, but just the writing of this chameleon, it's not super believable. And then everyone in this new town that the chameleon is at, no one knows about the Dragon Warrior, which kind of takes away the specialty of the title, which he's already giving away within the movie. So if you're super dialed into this world, you're a diehard fan, I don't know if you'd enjoy this movie as much, but I had a decent time. My rating, I gave it a 3 out of 5, which is not too bad, especially for animation. But yeah, definitely go watch this movie, form your own opinion, and let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.